today's topic is
Tell
fashion.
me about it.
Yeah, fashion trends. Sometimes we think that fashion is something, well, personal, that it's totally on the social side, but I don't think so because whenever we are in a work, in a job, we have to dress according to the policies of the company, according also to the profile of the company, and according to our position. So, for example, let's talk about your position in your job. What is the correct or the appropriate dress code that you manage?
Nowadays, it's not very hard to me because I'm in home. I'm doing my things on internet, online. Then I
Ah,
don't need a dress code.
yeah, so you work at home office.
Yes.
That's great. That's so comfortable.
Oh, yes, it's great. Well, I'm not jobbing instead. I am studying a career,
Yeah.
and take care for my house and my dogs, and that's it.
Hey, that's great. So it is not mandatory for you to wear something special, a uniform or I don't
Yep,
know, appropriate clothes.
exactly. But in my last job, it was in the government, in branch of the Ministry of Health. Like the name was Conv,
Yeah.
many years ago, like 3 or 2 years ago. Um, and then there was a dress code. Then I can talk about that if you want it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was like, well, for the meetings, you need to go there formal, like suits, I
Uh-huh.
think, just with suits. I I really hate skirts because I feel uncomfortable, but I use skirts with uh, I don't know, straps, and I don't know how do you say pantalones,
Trousers.
trousers, you know, a complete suit with trousers and the jacket and a very fashion mm, shirt. Well, it's not shirt, it's like a
Blouse.
blouse. Thank you.
My pleasure. Hey, that's great. Yeah, sometimes the coat dress has to be formal. And but
Yeah, and Mondays we need to use a horrible orange shirt
oh
because yes, because the color of the institution was orange.
yes, that's it. That's whenever it is a very strict dress code that you have to wear. Specifically, what they say, it's a uniform.
Yeah, it wasn't a uniform like that because I use jeans, for example. Monday to Thursday, I use jeans. Well,
You,
unless we have a meeting, of course.
so you have to wear something more formal for the meetings.
Exactly. Exactly.
And don't you like color orange for wearing?
Yes, but my type of shape of the shirt, it is like a polo. I don't know if in English it's the same
Uh-huh.
with the neck. So I don't know. I don't like it the polo style. I prefer other cuts.
Uh-huh, that's it. All right. Well, anyway, it's very comfortable to be working from home because you are going to save money. You don't need to buy expensive clothes or very special ones just in case that you want to buy them. Well, but that's different.
Yeah, it's for you, because you want it.
Yeah, that's it. And it's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's very good. All right. You know what? Talking about fashion trends, it can be very subjective sometimes because we not only have the same opinion about anything special. For example, in here we are showing an image about a fancy dress. Some
Mm-hmm.
would say, wow, that's so cute, that's elegant, that's trendy. But some other people, for example, me, would say, hey, that's so shocking. No, or maybe you say, that's so comfortable.
Exactly. I was thinking it's so uncomfortable. It's
Yeah.
so stretched in the hips, you know. Well, it's not the hips, it's the
The
how do you
way,
say? The leg or the ¿cómo se
the,
dice? Muslo.
the tight.
The thighs and the knees. It looks like uncomfortable.
Yeah, so for me, it seems like impossible to work with that.
Mm-hmm. It is. And I'm a little chubby in my belly, and use that kind of dresses, it's impossible for me.
Aha, it's so uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know what? In my opinion, it is also not only uncomfortable, but also, well, I wouldn't wear something like that. Uh,
Imagine trying to hug some people or your kids or your nieces or whatever, and you pick the rice with the branches, or I don't
yeah,
know.
so it is for being alone forever.
Hmm.
It's the forever alone dress.
Exactly.
All right. You know what? I remember that there is a very fancy star. I guess I'm sure you know her. She's Lady Gaga.
Oh, yes.
And well, she wears very well. Some people say that they are very trendy, that they are very fancy, you know, her dresses. But
Mm,
for me, they are so striking.
I think, in my opinion, her dresses was shocking. Like, what? What the hell is
Uh,
that?
I remember that there was a critics about that. She was wearing a meat dress. It was made of meat.
Yes, well, I think it's awful, repulsive.
Ah, that's it. And even I can't imagine the smell of that thing.
The yuck, I could. It was with yuck.
It was so, as you said, repulsive. I couldn't imagine being not only wearing something like that, never, but even being next to her.
Mm-hmm. Guacala. I'm sorry.
It could
Yuck.
be very, very disgusting.
Yes. The meat in process to. Mm, ah, I'm like, how do you say this? Composition?
Corrupted.
Corrupted, in process to corrupted.
Uh,
It smells awful. Really awful. And
yeah,
it takes like 2 hours or something like that, or less. Yuck.
uh yeah, that's it. I can't imagine, I can't figure out why she could wear something like that. Of course,
Maybe it's a protest.
yeah, of course they are looking for comments because they are public celebrities. But
Mm-hmm.
oh my, sometimes for me it is excessive, really excessive.
Maybe because, well, in my case, I don't like to be the center. Of the views. I really don't like to be in that point. Then I can understand them that they want this. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. You know what? Well, in my case, I am used to be the center of attention and even of attraction because a time ago, not a long time ago, I guess 1 or 2 years,
Mm.
I used to dance in a folk group, so we had some
Wow.
shows, and it's nice to be in the stage, people clapping at you. It's very good, but
Yeah. And you need to use very colorful dresses because it's a traditional dance, right? Like traditional dances of Mexico, jarabe tapatio or something like that.
yes, that's it. And
Mm,
well, for me, my principal point for doing that was exactly to transmit our culture.
yeah.
The last place where I danced was in Indiana, and it
Mm.
was on Halloween. And it was
Oh, really?
because they wanted to know more about our traditions. And as they knew that I was a dancer, a folk dancer, they told me, please, Maggie, dance something for us. So I remember that I danced El Son de la Bruja
Wow.
and El Mezcalito by Lila Downs.
Mm.
And so, well,
Wow.
for me, it was beautiful.
Yes, of course. Did you use a traditional dress?
Oh, yes.
It was beautiful.
Aha, yes. For me, it was really apathetic.
Of
But
course.
not only because the claps, because of the stage and all the glamour, but also because I knew that um, I was explaining, graphically explaining about our culture and transmitting part of Mexico. So
Of
that was rewarding, really rewarding.
Yeah. Is it true that the dancer don't look the audience when they are dancing?
Aha. Yeah,
Mm.
because if you pay attention, especially to the people, you can be very, very nervous. So you have to be looking at certain points of their heads, but not to their eyes. And even whenever you are in a stage, there are some reflectors.
Mm,
The
that's true.
light is directly to your face, so you don't see anything.
Ah, wow. Because I have to left foot, I can dance. I know. I try, but I can't. But I really like to see people dance. It's like a see a piece of art moving.
That's it.
Very beautiful.
What I said to my students when I was teaching dance is
Mm.
that dancing is not only moving, but also playing the song, playing the piece with your feet.
Wow.
So you have to be very careful to follow the rhythm of the music, to be very attentive on the changes of the compass, so
Yes.
that you can be gracefully dancing. And so it is very nice. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
And
no, it's beautiful. I know that, and I really admire the people can dance. Well, dance beautiful because there are a lot of people that says dance very good, and you saw it, and you say, please no, dance Metallica. It's not dancing; it's just moving.
yeah, they are nodding with their heads, and that's all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Somebody told me that they danced electronic, and
No,
I
for please.
well, if you say so, but for me, it's something like that they are having a convulsion, an epileptic attack, or something.
That's true.
That's nice, but I think that one thing is to have fun, and the other one is to try to make art. That's different.
Exactly. Well, my favorite when I was young, it was the ballet.
Ah, yes.
I really enjoyed to see that. But one day, my father took me to Bellas Artes,
Wow.
and we saw the Amalia's ballet. Amalia Hernandez, I
María
think.
Hernández.
and it was very amazing. I was around 12 years old. I was very little. Well, now I'm almost more than 40. But I remember the colorful, the pieces. It was shocking in the best way, like, oh, I can't believe to see that.
Yeah, that's it. That was wonderful. You know what? When I started learning how to dance, the teacher used to make us just to repeat the steps, no, to move. But I hadn't heard any music yet. But whenever she considered that we were doing fine, then she started playing music. And from that moment on, I was attracted, super attracted. I was trapped into folk because I couldn't believe how beautiful you can feel whenever you listen to the loud music and you feel like it is entering for any part of your body. That
Mhm.
you really feel the music. That
Yeah.
that's when I knew that I could never left it.
Wow.
I could never leave it. I mean, I could never leave it because it was my passion.
Mm, I remember that you talked to tell us about your father was a musician, right?
Yes,
Oh, well, that's why you love the music so much, I suppose, and dance is to put together two things beautifully, the rhythm, the body, and the heart. The heart now, the earring. I don't know how to say the
hearing,
listening, the earring.
hearing, yes. And you know what? I had a very beautiful experience for twice in my life. I was in a show. We were contracted. We were hired to dance in a party one day. Well, no, one night. And guess what? They told us that we were going to dance with a live music. So they
Wow.
don't bring your recordings because we are going to contract a group. We are going to contract musicians. And so we said, oh my, let's hope that they have the same compass, that the music is at the same pace, the same rhythm, so that we can follow it. And whenever we were on stage, the musicians came and started playing. And who do you think that was there with me on the stage?
I don't know. Tell me.
His group was contracted, but it was so surprisingly.
So sorry, I lost the name. Again, please.
My father,
Really?
I
Wow.
remember that day he told me, you know what? I am going to work out. And I said, me too, Daddy. And he said, okay, good luck. Have a very nice show and break a leg.
Mm.
And I did the same. I said, yes, break a leg, Daddy. So break the stage. Uh, I know I said, burn the stage, Daddy. And whenever we saw each other in that stage, we said, oh my. No,
And your father was watching you dance before?
no, because he was very busy and I was too. So I haven't heard his group.
Mm.
So whenever we coincided, it was so surprising.
Wow, yes, it was.
He was working in that time with a mariachi.
Oh, wow.
And I was dancing Jalisco. I was dancing Jarabe Tapatío, Guadalajara, and Las
Mm.
Alazanas.
Wow.
In
What
Ano,
a beautiful story.
yeah, but you know what? It was a nice coincidence. And
Yeah.
the next time I was dancing Veracruz.
Mm.
And as my father was a very versatile musician, he moved to a jarocho group. And in
Wow.
another party, we coincided again. You again? Hey, you are chasing me. You are
Yeah.
spying me.
What your father tell you about your dance in that occasion?
He said that it was so nice that he didn't think that I could do something like that. And I did the same. I said, Daddy, you play beautifully. I have
Hmm.
never listened to you in a group.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was so nice.
Yeah, of course. It is like a great story, like for
Yeah.
unforgettable.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was so good. And he told me, look at this. If you were escaping to me, if you were hiding, and I found you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And I said, phew.
Yes. And you dance every type of folk dance in Mexico?
Oh, yes. The only one that I couldn't ever dance, and it's because it is for men, it was Pascolas. You know, the Danza del Venado.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is especially for men, strictly, because it is the simulation of um, hunting, a hunting
Yeah.
scene.
Well, it's like it's like rare because I can imagine our native women hunting things in Mexico. In
Uh-huh.
Mexico, the women are brave. Then she
Yeah,
could do that too.
yeah, indeed, we used to do that, but you know that sometimes our our own culture has been filled up with some machism.
Yes.
So, for example, in the revolution fight, there were a lot of women, very
Mm,
famous women, like the Adelitas, but none of them were famous.
yeah. And I think that the Adelitas support all the revolutionary branch of the well the I don't know
Yeah, the revolutionary movement.
movement because without her or there it was impossible to survive to the soldiers
Hmm.
because there was a little useless for me cooking and clean. I read in the Monumento a la Revolución like
Uh-huh,
Adelitas used to do practice like a doctors with the
uh-huh,
soldiers. Then
yes.
they cure their hurts or their wounds or their whatever, and they save a lot of life.
Yeah, that's it. And even whenever it was necessary, they were using a rifle, and they
Yes,
were in the middle of the battlefield.
of course. Women, we can do everything, everything that we want to do.
Yeah, we can do it. We are really brave.
Yeah, I thought, for example, when I thought in my sister that she had two beautiful girls, I thought she was very brave because grow two girls, well, two kids, it's very difficult. Well, for me, it's like superhero, really. Every mom in this planet, it's like a superhero for me. Every good mom.
It is difficult. It is really difficult, but it's so beautiful also and so rewarding.
Yeah, I know that, but it's difficult. You need to know about anatomy, about to be doctor, about to be psychologist, about to go to course again, your primary school, your secondary school, at least.
Yes, that's it.
You need to have a great patience there because kids are very young to, well, they need patience, of course.
Yeah, they don't process many things uh, as problems or things like those. They just think that it is nice, that it is funny, and they do. They don't
Exactly.
know about danger.
Exactly. That's the thing. They don't see the danger.
Uh-huh. So
At least like us, like the adults.
Yeah. So
And
that's why,
that's why I think the moms and the fathers, good moms and good fathers, are like superheroes. Really.
that's so nice. And well, you know what? Talking about daddy and mommy, parents,
Mm-hmm.
we could also add up that sometimes whenever we are single people, we were in a way. And but whenever we are parents, even that changes because
Yes, that's true.
sometimes we have to wear more comfortable clothes because we have to go running because kids come and clean your nose on your pants.
That's true.
Yeah, or sometimes they fell down and they say, "Mommy, help," and they are all dirty. You have to hug them, of course. So you are not going to be clean ever again. So you have to keep some things like the colors.
Yes, that's true. I
Nothing
never
white
see that, but it's true.
and nothing white anymore, nothing clear. And if, for example, whenever you are carrying or nesting your cuddling your babies, they pull your clothes, they vomit on your clothes.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that stage. Yeah.
So we have to think about other kind of clothes, other kind of fabric, other colors. Everything changes.
Yes, other shoes, for example. No more heels.
No more high heels.
High heel, just flats, you know?
Aha, because you have to go running behind them.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, well, that's interesting to think.
Aha. So I remember that when I was a single woman, I used to wear high heels. I liked to be very classy.
Hmm.
But when my first great love came to life, Jesus Christ, no more
Well,
high heels, just flats, jeans, black sweaters,
mm-hmm.
because he was all of the time, uh, well, taking everything in his little hands. And sometimes he came to me and he pulled my clothes, and my clothes were extremely dirty all of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you share time with the kids, you know? You play with them, you hug him. Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes they are kissing the dog, and next to that they kiss you.
Yes, of course. It's like
Like,
natural thing.
yeah. So that's so nice. Well, at first I didn't think I could used to it. I said, "Oh my, what am I going to do?" But things changes. Things change. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yes.
things change whenever you are a mommy. Everything changes. I remember that I was so afraid of worms. I don't like worms.
Mm.
I couldn't see even a worm because I was like in panic. But when my children were born, I even had to touch anytime a worm because they were carrying one in their hands, and I had to say, no, 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 leave it alone, so give it to me. And I was like, oh my, how could I do it?
Yes. Yes, you see, mommies are like superheroes. They, um, how do you say superar?
Improve.
Improve her fears?
Aha, yeah.
Yeah, they are like superheroes. I know.
To be a mommy is something great. So,
Oh,
but of course, it is painful sometimes. And even talking about fashion, you can
mm,
even buy the same kind of clothes because now money is not only for you, it is for,
Exactly.
so it is not the same like today I am going to spend, I don't know, why 1,000 pesos in a piece of clothing, and next you say, it's gonna be 100.
Hmm. I saw my sister do that kind of things. For example, my sister had a very good taste for clothes, really good, like super good, in my point of view, of course. And when their children's born, she started to, no, I can buy this super good clothes or super fancy clothes because I have two babies or one baby, and then we need to save for education, doctors, or whatever.
All of the
And she changed. Yes, it's true. I never noticed that. Why?
so yeah, everything changes.
Yes. Hmm. I think it's for good.
Yeah, that's it. As I told you before, it is so rewarding because whenever they thank you for what you do, it's so touching, so nice.
Yeah. I think have a baby is difficult, but only in the life is difficult. And with a baby it's difficult, but regarding.
Yeah, that's it. Everything is difficult, everything is risky.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's not more than less. It's like maybe it's a good option to improve yourself. It's like good. I really
Yeah.
love babies. It's like a super cute, super interesting. Saw him grow up.
Yes, that's it. You know what? You know that here in Mexico we say that all children are born with a piece of bread under their uh, arms, and it is not because they have bread. It's
Yes, of course.
it's because whenever they are born, you see the reality, and you see that now you have to be more responsible. So you start looking for the way of having a better job, improving this, improving the other, so that you can afford all the expenses that you know that they mean. So
Mm.
that's the famous torta.
Yes, of course. Ay, la torta, qué rico.
Mm. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think babies improve yourself. It's the most important thing because you try to be better for your kids.
Hmm. And
To
in
try
the
to be an example.
yeah, and in the way you are trying to be a better person for your kids, but you do that for yourself also.
Yes.
So to be aware that you can improve in many aspects of your life is so satisfying.
Yes. Well, when a kid told you, well, in my case, auntie, I love you. Well, yeah, it's like, wow, you got me forever in your little and tiny hands. I'm for you.
Yeah, it's so breathtaking.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
beautiful. Yes, that's it. All right, let's continue with that topic.
yes.
You know what?
Continue.
Here we have
Hmm.
some pieces of vocabulary, some exponents. So please, could you read them?
In the column, the first column.
Yes, please, here.
Okay. Expensive, comfortable, flat, brand new, short, trendy, classic, plain, tight, dull. What means dull?
Dull is something so boring,
Okay, perfect.
unattractive. Here we have the other column. They are
Long, second-hand, uncomfortable, cheap, high-heeled, baggy, colorful, pattern, pattern,
patterned.
old, patterned, old-fashioned, shabby looking. I don't know. Baggy?
Baggy is, for example, like the pants that cholos wear. They are
Mm,
extremely big.
perfect.
Huh?
Perfect.
They are not fit.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah,
That
baggy. Perfect. I get that. And shabby looking.
shabby looking. It's like Maggie when she's washing her clothes, like in her homeless look.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Like your most comfortable uh, clothes for
Mm,
do the things in the house.
kind of like that, but they are the oldest clothes you have, the
Mm,
colorless ones, the ratty ones, the torn ones, the oldest of all, and
perfect.
even dirty.
Even dirty. Perfect.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of like a homeless.
perfect.
All
Okay.
right. Okay, so I have a question for you. What is the time, the occasion where you have worn in the most uncomfortable way for you, of course?
Mm, maybe for the weddings or something like that. Some when I need to go there with a um, trendy or classy look, because it's formal, a
Uh,
formal thing. And I really hate dresses, but in that occasion, I think it's very necessary to use it,
to wear them.
to wear them. Exactly, to wear them.
Yes, because it is a very formal situation.
Yes, and high heels, I can't with the high heels.
Oh my.
Like terrible for me. In one wedding, I remember at the last of the party, at the end of the party, I was dancing without high heels because I can't.
Yeah, you know what? I think that the person who invented the high heels was something like a psychotic,
Yeah,
a perverse. Uh,
yeah, a perverse mind.
yeah, I said, how is it possible, this torture?
Yeah, I really think that the high heels looks very well, with a dress, with a shirt, you look good because your legs seems like endless, very very long legs.
Very long and very slender.
Yeah, exactly. But I take it the high heels. I can use it like 1 or 2 hours, and that's it
Uh-huh.
because I can't anymore.
You know what? I also believe, I strongly believe that whenever we wear high heels, we need to know how to wear them. Do
Oh
you know
yes.
that long time ago, there was a movie picture called Ghost, The Shadow of Love?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Do you remember the character of Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes, of course, it was great.
And in the scene where she was wearing a pair of high heels
In the bank, right?
in the bank. So I guess that's how we look when we don't know how to wear them.
Yeah, it was me. Like that. Exactly like that. I can stand very well. I try to dance and it's a terrible situation for me.
Oh no, not for me either. I love to see how they look, but me to wear them, no, no.
And now with these heels, like I like super stretch,
Oh yes,
I can understand why. Well, not why, because why it's for beauty, of course.
yeah.
How the women do for get the equilibrium there, or I don't know how they could do that.
Yeah, that's incredible. And even they are the 14 centimeters heels.
14? Really?
Ah, well, yes. Here in Mexico last year, the most fashionable shoes were like 14 centimeters heel. Oh my, I don't know how they don't twist an ankle.
No, I don't get that. It's like do yoga permanently, with
Yes, that's it. Now it's impossible. It's hard to believe.
yeah, I can't. I'm recognize myself that I can do that. It's
No,
like a limit for me.
yeah, neither can I. And you know what? I have talked to many women and they say the same. They say, no, no way, no way. I won't wear it ever.
Hmm. When I was in Mexico City, I traveled in the Metrobus,
Uh-huh.
and I saw a lot of girls with high heels, very high. Uh, and I can understand in the Metrobus, it's difficult.
Uh-huh, too much.
Yeah.
But they are, I don't know if they are very vanish or they are very brave.
I don't know. But for me, it's like brave because if you uh, fell down wearing a high heels like 14 centimeters, it's like terrible, I suppose that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a very serious twist in your ankles.
Oh, yes.
That's it. And you know what? There were also in fashion some men shoes, but they were with a very big tip, an enormous tip, like as if they were worn by dwarfs, like the Santa Claus dwarfs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were, I don't remember very well how they called it, like matavíboras or something like that. They
The
say,
name, please.
yeah, so how in the name of God can they wear them?
I don't know. It's like this kind of fashion for me. It's a little, I don't know, unexplicable. It's like I need to
Unexplainable.
use some shoe that I feel comfortable with it.
Aha, that's it.
In my case, I study veterinary and then I use all the time boots because I go to the field and the dirt and the ground. Then I
Aha,
need something resistant for this, of course.
yes.
But now I use a lot of sports shoes. Like, I don't know if in English I could say tennis,
Aha, tennis shoes like sneakers.
like sneakers. And I use the most comfortable sneakers that I can find because I run, I walk with my dogs, I walk wherever, and I thought, why I need to use a shoe that maybe they give me some beauty in my foot,
Oh yeah, maybe,
but
but
it's uncomfortable. I don't
yeah,
know.
I think in my point of view, beauty is not a reason for maltreating your spine with that kind of shoes. If you
Mhm.
wear, when we wear something, we have to pay attention not only to glamour, but also
Yeah.
to health.
Exactly, exactly. In China, in the last century or more, they tie their foot with bands. It's
Aha,
okay, and give a pie de loto, like it's a
aha, the
tiny
lotus
foot,
feet.
and I can understand that. It must be a suffer
Yeah,
there.
yes, I think so because even they couldn't walk. So
Exactly.
most of the girls, most of the women were sitting down because they couldn't move.
For the pain, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. And the difficulty for moving.
And nowadays we use the shoes very tight too.
We
Yes,
wear.
exact. We wear the shoes very tight, and it could be a problem with the health of the foot.
And your spine.
Exactly, the spine is another thing important.
And so we deform it, we shape it in an incorrect way whenever we wear that kind of shoes. So, well, I
Yeah.
don't know, but for me, in my personal opinion, health is first.
Yes, of course. In my point of view, I agree.
Somebody told me, "Hey, Maggie, you would look so beautiful in high heels." And I said, "Yes, I know, but it's not a problem to be beautiful or not."
No,
No,
but I think well, whatever person could look beautiful if they have a beautiful smile, like a sincere smile, for example.
that's it.
If the people is clean, it's other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know,
Yeah,
clean and happy and health, that's it. It's
oh,
beautiful.
that's so nice. And even you feel like being with the person. You
Mm-hmm.
you really enjoy being with people who smells deliciously, who smile beautifully, and who have a very interesting chat. No, it's good.
Yes, I think that's the most interesting thing. There are the other kinds of fashion and etc. things. It's okay, but it's not necessary.
Yes, that's it. I remember that time ago somebody asked me, Maggie, how do you like men? And I said, how do I like men? Intelligent. No, but
Mm,
their appearance, their appearance is not a problem. What they have in their brain and in their soul, that's the most important.
exactly, exactly. When I was young, I thought that the physical thing it was very important, but now I'm with you. Intelligence, respect, uh, good talk,
Their
fun.
values. Yeah, that's it. But Sandy, what are you talking about? You are a young woman.
Yeah, I feel young, but when I was a teenager, I mean,
Ah, yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that's it. You know what? I am 51 years old and I feel really young.
Yes, because you are, of course.
So we are very energetic. We have a lot of projects. We can do many things. And I
Yeah, I think we are young, um, while the heart feels like that.
that's it. That's the attitude.
Yeah, we can do everything we want, and it's super good to know that.
That's it. It's beautiful to know that we can not only do many things, but also we can perform very beautifully in different fields.
Oh, well, I am sure that we can do everything we want. Really.
Yes, so do
Yeah.
I. All right. Sandy, you know what? I thank you so much for your time today. It was a very delicious class. Eh,
Thank you to you. It was great. Like every day, like I take classes. I have and a question for you.
yes, please.
Could I take the class in the next Sunday
Oh, yes, of course.
to try to improve, or I don't know, something like that?
Yes, yes, of course, Sandy. There's no problem about it.
No, perfect. I really try it. I don't guarantee nothing, but I really want to do that.
It's okay if you want and if you are able to. I wait for you. I will be waiting for you then.
Oh. Do you have students or you cancel that class?
No, next Sunday we are going to work. The only ones that we are going to rest are Thursday and Friday.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have any other day to stop classes.
Okay. Then I confirm you with the chat. You are in the chat, right? In
Yes,
the WhatsApp.
yes, I am.
Perfect. I confirm my assistance there for you. You
All
know,
right. Okay.
in case that you could to close the class if there are not more because it's Semana Santa. I don't think some people go to class, right?
No, even in the previous class to this, I was alone. I was
Really?
waiting for the students.
Oh, maybe we. It's a good idea to cancel. You know.
Yeah, maybe, but yes, it depends on how many people is there. But
Well, I confirm with the WhatsApp,
all
and
right.
that's it. It's okay for you.
Yeah.
If you need to cancel, please put a messenger there, and it's okay. I don't have problem with that.
Oh, thank you very much, Sandy. Yes, there won't be a problem. So if you want, please, I will meet you then.
Perfect. And other question, how do you feel about your throat?
Much better. Now I can speak. In
Yeah, I could, but you feel like a tremble voice, you know? Like, are you all well with your throat?
Yeah, it hurts even, but
Mm,
nothing compared with the last week.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
happy that you feel better.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be at class with you too. Well,
Perfect.
thank you very much and have a very good night.
You too.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.
Meet you soon. Bye.